Hey guys, what's happening? Let's see. I'm sorry if the mic's a little bit loud. Let me see if I can adjust this just a little bit right now. Let me see.
Hey guys, what's happening?
Oh, whoa, we don't want that, do we? There we go. Let's mute that. Let me see. Okay. That way I don't have to switch back and forth with chat. I can just pull it up right here. Okay. That's a little bit better with the mic. So how's everybody doing today? So like always, if you have any questions or tickers for me to check out, put them in chat. If you're part of one of the Discords I'm a part of, you can try to message me there. Just make sure you tag me so I can see it. My class Discord or the Wall Street Bets new Discord. Put them in chat and we will go over them. Hey Shrug man, how's it going? Yeah, we're starting to get these things back going now. Finally got some more time to do some shit with them. So let's go over the SPY. I jumped in early this morning, right around through here. Ended up selling their top. About jumped in here. Let me see. Where was that at? That would have been, I think it was right around through here. Yeah, maybe right in through here. This is not SPY. I was like, man, it looks similar, but that's not right. Yeah, so we jumped in right in through here. And then I about jumped in on puts. I found out CJ ended up actually jumping in and doing pretty well on these puts right here. But I just couldn't justify it. And if you look, it was a really close. I mean, there's only like $1 or $2 gain there. So it was a really tight. But the SPY's done pretty good. It looks like it's going to blow past the, unless it drops down a little bit, blow past the Max Payne. But it's still going to be pretty good. It's going to hit close to the Max Payne. Was following Apple. Had Apple puts early right in through here. They did pretty decent. Still in right. No, I'm not. That would have stopped loss out here. So my right stopped loss out. So what I ended up doing is I sold 2 rights right up here. My third one would have stopped loss out. And I don't know if I'll have to double check. I don't think I put a stop loss on the monthly one. Some of the guys over there on the Trading Collective, they was talking about holding overnight. I didn't want to hold overnight with the calls that I had. So I just day traded those and I ended up picking up some more right around this pullback for it to hold overnight. But I think I still got those. I'll have to double check to make sure though. The Twitter trade sold out before I left. That would have been around 1 o'clock. Let's see. So that would have been, yeah, perfect. So that was a pretty good trade right there then. I couldn't watch it, didn't want to watch it. So, when I'm driving and stuff, usually 1 or 2 stocks is about the most I can try to keep up with, set alerts for. So I got out of these firm puts. I ended up selling one right around this break of the 50 here. And then where was I at? Yeah, when I was at my wife's work, I jumped on the Wi-Fi there and ended up selling the last 2 puts around 2:15ish. So that would have been between this part here and that part there. So that wasn't too bad neither. I mean, I could have got a little bit more out of it, but I knew that I'd be driving back home. I had to stop by my son's too, so wouldn't have been a whole lot I could watch. Again, when I'm driving, one or two stocks is all I can really watch, so I didn't want to chance it. There was another play I played this morning. Affirm, Apple, SPY, Twitter. Right, no, that's it. That's it. So what are you guys playing today? Let's see. RMO, yeah, we can go with that. RMO. These rallies, I actually think it's going to depend on earnings. Let me see if I can find this here. Q for earnings beats. See if I can find this one thing. Earnings beats and misses in. Let's try that. Trying to find this one page. It'll let you know. I'll have to look it up and show you later, Shrug, the page I'm talking about. But I think it's going to depend on a lot of earnings, and there's a lot of big earnings coming through today, or this week, I mean, sorry. Let me, here we go. We go to browser. So right in here. So you can see here we have DHL, UPS, ExxonMobil, AMD, Alphabet, GM, Spotify, Snap. What else do we got here? Amazon, Ford, Activision, Shell. So we have a lot of big earnings, especially some of the large and mega caps. And we have a lot of spread out between different sectors. So we have health, entertainment, vehicles, just tech. So that's really going to affect the Q and the SPY a lot. So I really think a lot of this, our rally now is going to depend on earnings right now, because we know pretty much a lot of the news coming out of tapers and stuff like that. There's some speculation going on there right now, but for at least the time being right now, I don't think there's going to be any big surprises, and if they are, it's probably going to be good surprises. So really earnings, things like that. The one sector I am worried about is energy. I didn't check it. I checked it early this morning, but let me see. And the reason being is it's run hot for a while, and it's up there, and it may be starting to get overpriced, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Consumer discretionary has done really well. Let's see, where's the energy at? So if we look at the last month, look, it's the only one that's green, and it's up by 17%. So if I was in energy right now, I would have already took profits or started taking profits. I've got a few long holds I'm holding on to right now, but the last month or so I've just been day trading. But I think I'm starting to look at some smaller time frame swing trades, like a couple of days, maybe a week, things like that. I think I'm comfortable enough to start trying those, but I'm still going to set my stop losses close and make sure my risk is way, way, way less than the reward. That way, if it does miss, I'm not out a whole lot, and it don't take a lot to get back over. So let's go back to the charts. If we look at pull up the SPY on this one. If we look at the SPY here, let me take those drawings off real quick. Right. And let's go to the 4-hour and day charts. That's the ones we want to look at. We can see that it's double bottom, well, really, but W. And it's broke above this. We are above the 50. The next key resistance is the 200. We might see a little bit of a pullback there. It depends on how well the earnings and stuff does. But what I wanted to show you is this market guard by Celine here. Let me get it pulled up here. So this is good for looking at the macro on the markets. It's good for Q, SPY, Russell, stuff like that. As soon as it pulls up here, I'll show you. So it gives me the put-call ratio. It's still heavy on puts, but we're starting to see a lot of calls coming through too. I can show you another thing on that too. But our VIX is coming down a lot, and we're getting really close, at least on the 4-hour. Let me check the day. Come on, pull up now. Pull up. Yeah, see on the day chart, the VIX is right there at the historical volatility too. So I'm starting to feel really good about the market right now. Whether or not it'll hold, we'll just have to see. Oh, anybody want to do, if they're day trading the SPY, right now is the time for puts. It's going to pull back. I'm looking for the SPY to close around 445 today. Mainly because of the max pain, and that's the other thing I was going to show you right here. If we come back to the browser, and we go to the max pain, one of the things I like doing on the max pain is looking at the puts and calls on the open interest. And if we look right in here, we can see where the puts and calls are and the two big spikes in there. So between 430 and 450, we could probably even narrow it down to 440 to 450. This is the range where I'm looking at to close today. The volume is between 440 and 445. And then max pain is 445. So everything's lining up pretty close for it to be that good average of 445 and ending there. Probably see a little bit of pullback. You might see it shoot up again in the after hours or pre-market, but I'm looking for it to close within a couple of dollars of that. But you can see, like, we're starting to get more and more calls. You come down here and look. So this and this are the open interest. And we can see that on the call side, we're starting to pick up more. We're still put heavy, but we're starting to pick up more on the call side. Let's go back to our charts. I need to keep this up so I can keep y'all's stuff going here. Okay, let me catch up on chat here. Yeah, I use stop losses on options if I can't watch them, but a lot of times what I'll do is just set an alert. On TradingView, you can set an alert and have it text you, and it's actually pretty spot on. Like, it'll do it really close to it. Like, there's not much of a delay or anything. But yeah, you can have it where it'll text you and do it that way. That's the way I mostly do it. I use the term stop loss, but it's very rare on options that I'll actually set one. I do from time to time. I think, like, out of all the trades I've had today, I've only set one stop loss today. Like, actually set it. Walter, I understand. I mean, there's a lot of people with the way the market's going talking about not holding and stuff like that. But I do know there's a few people in certain sectors. Let's take a look at RIDE, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me find it here. Okay, there's RIDE. So they're looking at if near the end of the day, if it looks like it's going to close above 600, and Bitcoin, let me see which one's Bitcoin, which one's cash. Yeah, and if Bitcoin is going to close above, I think he said 3,800, which right now it is. So if those two things stay in play, he's already got options that are in the money, so Theta's not going to really kill him out that much. He's a little bit safer in that. So he's looking at holding some of the options over the next day. But, you know, certain conditions have to be met. I mean, it's just not blindly held. But, yeah, I get it. I mean, the way the markets is, you really can't trust them. I've not entered any swing trades yet, except for, I mean, I guess you could say, right. I do have one that I could hold over, but I'm not sure if I'm going to yet. But I'm starting to look at swing trading. I'm starting to feel more comfortable looking at swing trading right now. Still not going to go very far out, probably just a couple of days to a week. But I have been starting to look at that stuff. Facebook too, yeah. So, oh yeah, I need to look at those. You had RMO, Facebook, and guys, if there's anything you want me to look at, just throw it up in chat and we'll go over it. Yeah, I'm definitely. I'll be looking at Exxon's earnings tomorrow too. So let's take a look at these real quick. Which one do I want to do? Let's do it on this one. RMO. So we're on the 15-minute. That's a nice slow spike. We have the 15 over 50, the price over the 200. This is the first pullback. So this is the test to see if it's going to stay bullish or if this was just a pump and dump, a rally, whatever you want to call it. Let's take a look. Let's go out to the 1 hour. Yeah, I would watch this around the 200. That's around $2.50. You're going to see a key resistance there. It doesn't mean it can't break over it, but look for a pullback around there. Also, even though you can see on this, the 50-day is the one to get over, and we are over it, but we've not confirmed with a bounce or a good pattern, something like that. We're actually, if you look right here at this pivot point, at this swing high, we're actually getting rejected right there at it. So my guess is we're close to the 200. We're there at the pivot point. It's getting near the end of the day and things are slacking off. I would look for this to pull back probably to the 15 or the 50. See if it bounces there and then into the after hours to tomorrow. If it's going to stay bullish, that's when it's going to break over the 200. So that's what I would look at with RMO. If it's going to stay bullish, it needs to probably pull back, bounce off that 15 or 50, and get over that 200. Confirm that it's going to stay over the 50. The volume looks good. You can see we got good volume and it's bullish volume. If we look down here, yeah, volume flow is bullish. VIX is still a little high, but it's in that neutral area. And the RSI is bullish. We got, it's technically consolidating right now. The bulls are beating out the bears, 52 to 47. MACD looks good, so market sentiment bullish, trend bullish. You know, everything's looking good. It's the only bearish thing about it is it's down in this downtrend trading under the 200. But you know, this could be if it can get that bounce, this could be your first sign of a reversal. Because look, if we put this trend regression on it, where's that at? Really? Why am I not seeing it? Okay. There it is. So if we put this trend regression on it here, we can see that it's broke out of it. It just needs to confirm it. Facebook was the other one you want me to look at. Oh, yeah, Facebook's in the same boat. You can see it's been trading under this 50. We do have the breakout. We do have actually a little bit of confirmation over the 50, so this is very good. See where it's popped up? It's come back, it's retested and bounced, but now it's getting rejected at the 200. So look for the same thing, just like over the 50, where it gets over, pulled back, and bounce. Look for the same thing here. Look for it to pull back, probably bounce off this 15 or 50, and then make its next retest to the 200. You want to see it bounce over the 200 and then retest it and bounce again. That would be a very good sign. Once you're over, okay, you'd be good. Once you're over the 200, your next key area is this pivot point here at the swing high, which is 326. Let's see what we've got there. Okay. So some of the things I've been looking at when I do swing trading, things like that. If I'm doing shorter swing trades, like a couple of days to a week, let me pull this up. I think I was looking at one the other day I was going to use in this example. Let's see, pull up, come on. Oh well, let's just go here real quick. Be good, Lily. Yell at me later. So let's just go back here and let me show you how this sets up. And this is a really good example. So we're going to go back here to the last little trend up, which is 20. So go back to the 1 hour. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll look at the 15 minute and the 1 hour. What I'm looking for is that 15 over 50 cross, and I'm looking for, let's take these signals off real quick. So I'm looking for that 15 over 50 cross and the price trading above the 200. And I'm looking for that on the 1 hour and the 15 minute both. So I use the 15 minute to find my entry point. Once I see it setting up on both the 1 hour, come on, man. You know what I'm going to do when I get back here? I'll show you. So we ain't got to worry about this again. Come on. I'm getting there. There we go, 28. So let's go replay, pick a spot right in here. So let me show you how this sets up. If we hit, let's do the fast so we can get through it. So we can see here, we see the 15 over 50 spike, and we see the price over the 200. So now I'm looking for a bounce off that 200 or the 50 on the 15 minute. If you look at it and see what it looks like on the 1 hour, we can see that starting to cross, right? So let's look at the 15 minutes, see if we can get that bounce. So right here we have the bounce, but we're going into the pre-market. You can hurry up and jump in if you want to, or we can wait until the next morning. I'm going to wait until the next morning. Boom, right there. So this first spike above, we want to either try to get in on the way up or wait on the next bounce. So let's say we got in on the next bounce right here. So 28.02. So now from here what I'm looking at is I'm going to go to the 1 hour. I'm looking for it to break under the 50. But not only the 50, I'm going to put me some lines at the swing lows. So let's see what happens. Up. See there we had a fake out breakout. Here we had a fake out, breakout, didn't hold. That right there, that it broke out and it broke underneath, but we can see we never got that bounce off of it. So you could have stop loss there. That would have been a gain of $28 to $34. So you would have had a $6 gain right there on your option if you would have played it. If not, if you would have held it out and seen, you can go on and look. We would have stopped out right there. So more than likely we would have stopped out down here, but if you would have held through it, your next one would have been right in here somewhere, so 37. So you're looking at a $6 to $9 gain on that one trade. So we got in at that cross in the bounce, and we got out as soon as we got confirmation under the 50. So I look for trades like that. I plan it out. I have a good entry plan, a good exit plan. I get in, I get out. Don't think twice about it. That would have paid out on options. You're looking at a few $100s, if not more, on that trade. You're probably, depending on how many you got, the way I play, that would have been anywhere from a $500 to a $1,200 trade, using about 4 to 5 options. So that's just the way I've got a video I'm working on. I didn't get it fully edited last night. I'm hoping to have it out today or tomorrow, fully edited, on how to set up those trades and how to get in and out of them. So the SPY, we got our SPY bounce right here. So this is what me and Dan was talking about this morning. The way I set these up, and I've got a video out on it. It's the last class video, and then we have a live trading session of it too. But I set up. I go out to the 4 hour, 1 hour, and I set me some resistance and support lines there. Then I go to the day prior, take the high and the low of that day, and then I also do the high and low of the pre-market. So that's what all these lines are. If they need adjusting throughout the day, to get them where they're following a little bit better, you can adjust them if you need to. Mostly I don't, unless it just is really off. But we can see, look at how it's followed these all throughout the day. Come up, tested, got rejected, come back, bounced, come up again. Yeah, right here to the next resistance, gets rejected, comes back down, bounces off support. Now it's going to retest again. So it's good to, in the morning to the pre-market, plan out your trade. If you're going to watch the SPY and trade it, set those support and resistance. Follow them, look for them, things like that. Oh, for the what I do with the how I set up my support and resistance lines. Okay, yeah, I can show you that. Like I said, I've got the video up. It's the last class video, if you look here. But yeah, I can show you that, what I do. So what I'll do is I'll come out to like the 1 hour, 4 hour. And I don't want to go back too far, but you want to go back pretty much what you can see in one chart from the beginning, kind of squashed up a little bit. And we want to look, and usually I make these red on my chart. So you can see I got one here, I've got one here that falls kind of like there, and I've got one right here that's the low. I've got one right here that goes across, and one right here. So those are my red. You can see I've got an orange one right here, but I probably place that one on the 15 minute. Because usually red is my 4 hour, 1 hour, orange is my 15 minute or the day before, and then the yellows are my pre-markets and the day of. So the red, I went out, I did my 4 hour, 1 hour chart, picked me some common support and resistance lines. Then I'm going to go to my 15 minute, and I'm going to look at the day prior. Now see where we had this climb like this? So on times like that, I might go back a couple of days and pick them. So you can see right here, I picked the high here, and I picked the low here, and I've also got this low marked here. I also have, if you see, I would normally mark this one, but where I had one already so close, that's it. So you go back the day prior at least, but if you're sloping up or down, you might want to go back a day or two, pick the highs and lows, and then you want to go with the pre-market highs and lows. So we can see here at the pre-market, I've set this one. I didn't have to set one here because I already had it back there. And then I have the low from the candle and low from the wick. No, it looks like the wick one I didn't have to set, I already had because it's orange. So mostly when I'm setting these two, this is another thing, I try to hit across the candle more than the wicks. But if you hit across the wicks, that's fine as long as you based it off of a candle, if that makes sense. The next morning session that we got, I'll show you exactly how I set these up. I'll erase the lines and show you. Where I'm in the middle of a trade now, I really don't want to erase them, but let's say, you know what, let's go here. So if I was trading, let's say, square, don't look like I got any lines on this one. I probably mostly got them on Weeble. So if I'm trading it, I'm going to be looking at this one for today. So I want to go out to the 4 hour. Alright, there they are. Let's erase them. Okay. So we want to pick some common, this is actually a terrible, terrible one to go by. We're here, so we'll do it. Usually you want to try to hit across several lines, but since we don't have several lines within this chart, what do we go out to the day? Yeah, see here, we can do it with the day. So let's pick us out a couple of good lines here. So I'm basing it on this candle right here. And I'm seeing if it can go across several. So yeah, see I place it on that candle and look, it's going across these, and these. So that's a good one. So I'm going to base it on these candles here. And look, it's crossing through all these, so that's a good one. Let's base it on this one and this one, but we're going to come over here and adjust them. No, that don't need adjusted. This one can just a little bit, and then I'm going to pick the lowest point on the chart. So that's got my 4 hour down. So let's go to the 15-minute. And see, we're in a slope like that, so we're going to go back here to this one high here. We're going to pick it at the candle. We're going to pick that one at the candle. Pick this one here at the candle, since it's the previous day's high. And we're going to go with the previous day's low. Now, where this is already so close, I'm actually going to bring this one down to the low at these candles here. So now I have everything set up except for my pre-market highs and lows. The pre-market low I'm going to leave alone because that's so close. And that. So now if we go to the 3-minute and we look at this, when it come up, we're looking for a break above. So it broke above. The next spot we're looking for is for it to go to the next support or resistance. It did that. We did have a little bit of pullback here and here. And since we don't have nothing underneath it, I think it would be safe to assume that we could put us one here. And this is more of like a point of interest. It's not turned into support yet, but it's a key area we want to watch. So we're looking here, it's consolidated but not broke up. So it's broke out. The next spot we're looking for is for it to touch the next resistance. We can see here that it did. So now we're looking for a pullback. It actually bounced on the 50 instead of support, so that's okay. Now we're looking for it. It's consolidating between that. We're looking for either a break above or a break below from where we're at now. So that's how you can kind of use them to go just on support and resistance. Once you add in EMA lines and things like volume and MACDs or ADXs and stuff like that, you can kind of throw all these things together and see, like, if you find something that a lot of indicators are pointing toward it, like the volume's dropping, the ADX is going bearish, the MACD's going bearish, it's trading underneath the 50, well, then that stock's coming down. You got so many different indicators pointing at it. It's coming down. Ooh, look at that spike on it. So, see, just like what we did right here, it come up, it tested it, it's broke down. As a matter of fact, the way that this is hitting on this, I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. So it hits it right here and right here. But see how these wicks come down here and it touched this support each time? That's great. And it acted as resistance back here. Okay, so we got 30 minutes into the day. I still got some SPY, but I'm not going to hold on to this at the end of the day. What I may do if I'm still bullish on it, because what I did is I think I'm like just to the end of the week or whatever's closest to 3 or 4 days that expire on the SPY is what expiration date I picked. SPY. And February 4th. Is that Friday? Probably is Friday. Anyways, that's the one I got. It's 4 days to expire. So if I want to hold overnight, I'll probably go out to the next monthly, which is either the 11th or the 18th. I can't remember. My Riot, it's bouncing too. The SPY too, a good one to follow the SPY is Apple. They should be trading together, but usually the Apple moves a little bit before the SPY does. So if you see the Apple selling off, like a good example right here, you see how it's tested twice and it sold off. This was around, let's start back here. So when it come down here, it started doing it around 1024 on this chart. So we look at the SPY, go to 1024. So it would have been before, like a few minutes before. So we've seen these apples start selling off before the SPY. So you can kind of see ahead of that. But there's a few times on here where you can see a divergence in them. I think it's right here. 1154. Yeah, so it's still looking bullish on the SPY, but Apple is selling off. So you can go from that and look and say, well, I'm probably going to see a pullback. And sure enough, we had a couple of little pullbacks, but nothing really big. So you can kind of see how you can judge and see and say, well, if the Apple's pulling back here, the SPY could pull back too. So I better be watching the 15 or the 200 or the nearest support and see if it falls below that or if it bounces there. You can also look at the E-mini futures with the SPY too. Man, Affirm was just a really good put trade today. Got in here. If you was to stay all the way in it, it'd been almost a 4.5. dollar drop. So if your theta was $50 for each call, you would have been at what, 225 for each call. You got 4 of those. I mean, you're looking at over $1,000 drop. See how it's bouncing right off that swing low, that pivot point here. It's calling consolidate now. What is Bitcoin going to do? That's another thing too. Using other stocks, or like in this case, using Bitcoin to see what RIOT could do. You know, it's good to constantly be pivoting and seeing what other stocks in that sector are doing. Because stocks trade in sympathy a lot with each other. Guys, too, if you appreciate what I'm doing, hit that like button and subscribe button. We also have a Patreon. You know, I don't charge for anything that I do. I've started a Patreon to try to raise some money to get us some better trading tools and stuff like that we can use for the community. Come on. Show it to me. There we go. I've been adding stuff onto it. Some of it's for everybody, some of it's for Patreon people. But I wanted to show you this. So here's the Patreon thing. You know, you can, I think you can get in with cheap as $5. I do have other tiers, but they're mainly just there if people wanted to donate more money that way. But you know, I've been putting up posts and charts and things like that here. You can see, talking about a PFE setting up, the earnings. This is a chart that I made. You can also get this one in Discord. So you can see that, I mean, the stuff I put on here is stuff that you could get for free. But, you know, it's just more in a consolidated place and things like that. It's just easier. And it kind of helps out the community. So, you know, if it's something that, you know, if you appreciate what I'm doing and you have the means to do so, then if you wanted to help out in the community, you could put a few dollars toward it. But I don't want nobody to feel like they have to. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm going to start charging for things. That's not what this is. It's just a way to try to raise money to get us some more toys. But if you can't do this, then you can always help out by hitting the like button on my tweets or hitting the like and subscribe on my YouTube. What are you guys looking at right now? Y'all in any trades? Yeah, me too. And that Benzinga Pro, man, the squawk box on it, the why is it moving stuff, the screeners, man, I swear I cannot quit bragging on that Benzinga Pro. It is awesome when it comes to stocks, news, and alerts. I mean, it really is. If anybody has the money and is looking for a good trading tool, I can't brag enough on Benzinga Pro. What's that about? I missed that. I clicked AMC. I picked up some GME Friday, I think. Let me see. Let me go in here and check this out. AMC. That's the 1 hour. Let's go to the 15-minute. It's actually flagging out. Looks like there's just kind of like a holding power pattern. It's not confirmed yet, but it's trading above the 200. If you get a bounce right here, you're probably really good on it, especially on the $17 calls. I mean, you're looking at a breakout of. Let's actually take this one to the wicks. So yeah, you're looking at a breakout of this is what you want to see. But that's actually looking pretty nice. I think that's a bull flag too. I usually always wait for the confirmation though. Let's see what Trend Finder says about it. Let's go back to the 15-minute. Let's change the Selene to Trend Finder. So it's not confirmed uptrend yet, is what it's saying. It's close. I think it probably needs to break that pivot point before it's going to confirm an uptrend in it. What about HODL? Yeah, HODL it's giving short too. I usually trade on the advanced one. I like its signals pretty good. Let's check out before we go back. Let's check out aggressive. Yeah, so aggressive, it's gave the short signal here, but it's nothing's confirmed here. It's waiting on the breakout too. I wouldn't have sold on that signal if I was holding back there. Same thing with advanced. If you look at it, it's gave the long signal here, but still it's not gave. It's gave the short signal, but it's nothing else is confirmed on it. Let's see. Trying to see. Yeah. ADX breakout. Yeah. I think you're good on it right now. It's looking good. GME. See, now GME for me here lately just seems like it's setting up better. I've really been liking GME here lately. I bet you too this one. If we put this one on Trend Finder. Yeah. So it's a nice little setup. I really like this algo play around. I mostly keep it on advanced. I'll check them out and see what the other ones say, but you can't just go with the algo though. You gotta look at other indicators like the ADX and things like that. What's my SPY? Is it going to close? So I said the SPY is going to close within a few dollars of 445, and it's looking like we're going to get it. Stay bullish. What about right? It's bounced off that pivot point too there, but it's yet to break over this with any confirmation. A firm is looking like it might be good for an overnight hold with calls. It's not confirmed yet, though. Let me double check that. Yeah, I wouldn't care one bit to swing play a firm overnight. I'd set my stop loss really close, though. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, I would set it at right around 62. On options. If I would play in shares, I'd set it at the swing low here at 59. Let's see what the highs and lows of today are real quick. That's the wrong one. AMD. I want to do another thing too, like I did Friday. I want to take stocks on the watch list and see how they done and put them up. AMD's looking really nice. And it has earnings this week. Maybe tomorrow. Might be in the day today, but I think it's tomorrow. But AMD is set up really nice. Neo. I think Neo's going to pull back before it goes on more. Ford's looking decent. If I was going to play Ford, I wouldn't hold after or the night of earnings. I would play it up to earnings. INN. Here's one I've been looking at lately. INN. And it's got its break above the 200. So it's IINN. Keep an eye on this one. I think this one, it's not done. Sophie had a killer morning and it's still doing. I'm actually in the red on Sophie, but it's a long hold for me. I think my average is just under $14, I think. It's either just under or just over, I can't remember. And bad as I hate to do it, or say it, even Hood looks decent right now. So, percentage change, let's look at those. That's too much of a run-up without some type of pullback. PRVB has been on our watch list a few times in the last little bit. And it looks like it's confirming. Yeah, it just needs to break over that 200. But PRVB, that's one, keep your eye on that one too. So IINN, as far as small caps go. IINN and PRVB. Shrugs RMO's on here on percentage change. I don't know, I just look for that to pull back before it bounces up. I'm going to watch that one though, RMO. CFRX, that's been on there a few times too. That's a bullish little run right there, but I think it's due for a pullback too. But we'll keep an eye on it too. CFRX. So we're keeping an eye on IINN, PRVB, RMO, and CFRX. Yep. We got a break above the pivot point, man. It's looking nice. So we may actually break 450. I hope we do. That would be really, really awesome. I might have to hold a monthly overnight for that. What time is it? Oh shit, I gotta sell out of my weeklies on the SPY. Hang on, give me 1 second. Okay, so we're out of our SPY calls. Damn, that's my best trade today. I've been doing really good with the SPY here lately. Affirm's bouncing. If somebody wanted to hold that overnight, that would be a good hold. Affirm. Hell, I'll try monthly on it. I'll just get 2. Come on now. Load up, you bastard. I want to get in for the close. So I'm going to go out to the monthly. Yeah, these are some expensive calls. Yeah, I'm just going to do 1 because these are kind of expensive. I'll do one of the 69. No, I will not. That theta's. Ouch. No, I won't be holding the firm overnight. Theta's just too much on it. Yeah, I just have to wait and play it tomorrow. What the theta is on that, it's not worth that risk. Let's see, there went Apple too. Which one went first? 1545. 1530. So Apple spiked 15 minutes before. Yeah, about 15 minutes before the SPY did. The E-Future Minis I was talking about, guys, if you're interested in that, if you're on TradingView, it is under ES1 exclamation point. And you can see that this follows the SPY a lot too. It's, like I said, it's the E-mini futures on the SPY. So you can see between that and the Apple of the SPY, yeah. Look at that. See, it's going to come up. It's we're going to end up testing the 450 if not breaking over. We got 2 minutes left. Please at least test it. So we are at 450.16. We're going to see if we can test the 450.60. Bulls are at 101%. RSI's at 73. We might get it before it pulls back. Still got a monthly in this one. Yeah, I think Affirm looks killer too, but damn, that Theta, I mean, it was like, uh, to even get, like, without going super far out, like, I think the 69 strike, for 2 weeks in the monthly out, whichever one, it was $420 for the price of it, and Theta was at 22, I think is what it said. Delta was at 45. So it would have to continue being bullish as hell through the after hours in order for that to make it worth it. Oh, congratulations, I won 0.194 Bitcoin. Yeah, go suck an egg, you asshole. If I really won as much as they sent me that shit, I'd be a millionaire. Report spam. Submit report. Bye-bye, bitch. Alright, we're at 4 o'clock. Let's see how it ended. So yeah, right at it. We were so close, but I'm going to call that a win with 30 cents off. Got the pullback. Let's see if it stays bullish in the after hours. Bitcoin did not close. Yeah, it closed about 38, but it's pulling back now. What's Riot doing? Riot's staying bullish, so we'll just have to see on how much Bitcoin pulls back. GME staying bullish right now. We'll give it an hour, come back and check it. AMC not breaking out, but it's holding, so that's a good sign. And you got the long signal there. Apple remaining bullish. E-mini futures, yeah, SPY's going to stay bullish, I think, for the time being. Affirm. Yeah, maybe I should have picked them up. Maybe I should have went out a little bit more. I don't know. Oh well, if it stays good, we'll play it tomorrow. So guys, hit that like button, subscribe button. We'll try to have a morning session again here in the next day or two. I'll post the night before or in advance before going live. But if you appreciate what I'm doing, hit that like and subscribe button. Check us out. Check us out on Twitter, guys. I post charts, watch list, all kinds of stuff there. It's a great place to keep up with stocks and the community in general. But y'all have a great day. Come back.